If you are in the market for a fitness band or a smartwatch and want features such as fitness tracking or even built-in GPS, but don't want to pay the earth for it, then you are in exactly the same position as I was last year. I wanted more features than what a fitness band gives you, but I didn't want to pay the premium that smartwatches charge, and the batteries of those only normally last a day or two, which I didn't think was great. So I settled on this, the Huawei Watch Fit, that offered many of the features of more expensive smartwatches, such as the Apple Watch Series 6 and the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4, but without the premium price tag. So did it live up to expectations, and do I recommend buying it? Welcome to my tech gear. Let's find out. Before we go any further, if you do enjoy the video, please don't forget to like and share it, and also consider subscribing if you're not, using the link down below, as it all helps me build this channel so that I can keep making videos like this for you. Thanks. The design of the Huawei Watch Fit is very similar to the Apple Watch, but slimmer. Kind of think of it like the Apple Watch on a diet. But that slim or stretched design actually means it's far more comfortable to wear because it doesn't jut out as much as like the square watches that you see. The screen on the watch itself is a 1.64-inch AMOLED display, giving an HD resolution in full color. That means it is really easy to see in daylight, and the display itself looks really smooth. The screen to body ratio here is also 70%, which means there's a very thin border between the screen and the edges of the watch. It is a really well designed, good looking watch. It is super lightweight at only 34 grams, or actually 21 grams if you don't include the strap. The strap itself comes in 3 different colors when you buy it. You can get it in a black, a pink, or a green. The straps are also replaceable, so there is a little plastic clasp in the back of the watch which you can unclip, take the strap off, and then go and buy plenty of the third-party straps you can get off Amazon, AliExpress, places like that. Now, most fitness bands and smartwatches have a variety of fitness modes, but on this watch there's 96. There's actually 11 pro modes, so your standard ones like running and swimming and cycling and things like that are all covered, but there's some slightly more obscure ones as well. You can do badminton and tennis, and then it goes a little bit random after that. There's laser tag and even belly dancing, and I'm not doing that one for this video. And there's even a private trainer mode on here too, so there are 12 different animated quick workouts that you can do from your phone. When you select those, it has this little animated character on the screen that shows you how to do the exercises, which is really, really useful. So you don't have to watch a tutorial on your laptop. Everything is on your watch. Now, I personally haven't used these except for one of them. And that's because one of the features of this watch is that it will nudge you, it will vibrate if you are inactive for too long, which, considering a lot of us are working from home at the moment and have been for the last year or so, that's a super useful feature. It tells you to do a re-energize exercise, which is about 3 minutes of just getting the blood pumping again to sort of allow you to refocus and get a bit more work done. As with any smartwatch, most of your fitness tracking stats are covered here. Every day it will track the number of steps, it will track the number of active hours, and also the number of minutes and hours you are spending in medium to high intensity work. So from a health monitoring perspective, there is a lot that this watch is doing for you. It will measure your stress levels. It will tell you if you're too stressed. I'm not so sure it will tell you if you're under stressed. But anyway, it will tell you if you are too stressed, and it will suggest workouts, breathing exercises rather, that you should be doing to help lower that stress level. It also tracks automatic SpO2, so it actually tracks your blood saturation level. Again, some watches that are far more expensive than this only do that, so it's great to see that in this watch. It also has True Sleep, which is Huawei's version of continuous sleep monitoring. During that mode, whilst you're asleep, it will track the amount of light sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep, the amount of times you wake during the night, records all that down and gives you a quality of your sleep, which you can track over time. Now, for me, the most useful feature of this is the built-in GPS. So I've had fitness trackers and smartwatches before, which have needed connected GPS. So you have to have your smartphone with you when you go out for a run. With built-in GPS, you don't need that. So I can leave my phone at home, literally walk out the house, press a button to start tracking my run, and just go. It is recording your average run rate, your peak run rate, your highest heart rate, your average heart rate. It is tracking everything and putting it all in the mobile app when it comes back. It is also waterproof to 5 atmospheres or 50 meters. Wear it in a shower, wear it at the beach, wear it in the pool. You don't have to worry about if it gets wet because it's going to be okay. So as with any other smartwatch, it will also integrate with your phone. So it will get notifications for calls and messages and SMS and chats and all that kind of thing. But you can also configure what apps you want to notify the watch from your phone. So that's really useful because I don't want every notification from my phone go into my watch because that's going to be super distracting. So typically I will go into the app and just turn on the bare essentials. So I might turn on SMS, calls, Gmail, that kind of thing, and leave the notifications from the other 50 apps off the table. This allows the watch to be focused on just the important things that you really want to be notified about. You can use the watch as a remote shutter for your phone if you're trying to take a picture, but that will only work with Huawei phones. You can also use the watch to control your music from your phone as well, but that's also Android only. That's not Huawei's fault, that's Apple's. And it has a timer and a stopwatch as well. I actually found that really useful when I was refereeing my son's football games because I could just use the timer on my watch, didn't have to worry about carrying anything else. Again, it's all about having one thing on your wrist and not really having to carry anything else with you. Now, the Huawei mobile app is where you are syncing all of your fitness stats from your watch to your phone. It shows the stats on the number of steps, the number of active minutes, your exercise routes, your heart rate, your peak, your average, your stress levels, your sleep, your SpO2 levels. There is a lot that this app is actually monitoring, and you can see it really easily in the app. The one downer though is that it is a closed ecosystem. So there are no third-party apps here. It is basically everything you get with the phone and the app and the watch and nothing else. So if you are heavily into Strava and other third-party apps like that, then this really isn't going to be the watch for you. However, there is so much functionality built into the mobile app and the watch by default, I don't really think there's much need to go outside of that ecosystem unless you're already invested in those other third-party platforms. You can still use the watch to operate music like Spotify apps. So if you are playing Spotify or playing music on your Spotify app from your phone, you can still use this to control play, pause, next, previous, that kind of thing. And a smartwatch wouldn't be a smartwatch if you couldn't customize the watch face. You can do all this through the mobile app itself. And there are hundreds and hundreds of watch faces to choose from, so you're never going to be short of a different watch face for probably every day of the year. Some are classic, some are animated, some will actually show your stats, and you can choose which stats you show on the screen as well, so you can really individualize this to make it look exactly how you want it to. So with all of these features, you'd think battery life of this would actually be pretty poor, but actually it's pretty good. You get 10 days of battery life with this. Now that is based on you wearing it 24 hours a day with heart rate monitoring enabled. Also with the True Sleep enabled, 30 minutes of workout with GPS enabled, and message notifications for SMS and calls and things like that enabled as well, and turning the screen on 200 times a day. And you still get 10 hours of battery life. So if you turn some of those features off, you can certainly get more battery life than just those 10 days. If you start using some of the more battery intensive features of the app, like built-in GPS, which is normally a battery killer, it does burn through the battery, but not as much as you think. So if I go out for a walk for say an hour, I will notice the battery go down by about 7%. So even an hour of exercise a day and other things, you're still going to get well over a week of use from a single charge. And charge to full it will in about an hour and a half. But there is also quick charge here. So for 5 minutes of charging, it will give you all day battery life. Now that is super useful because if you wake up in the morning and you realize your phone's about to die out of battery, then you can plug it in, and by the time you come out the shower, you've got a full day of power there ready to go. So should you buy it? Here you are looking at a smartwatch that only costs about £120 and around $100. Now there are some compromises to get to that price point though. It is an all plastic design, but I don't think that's a bad thing because it does make it really light. And as I said, I've had this for a year and it looks as good now as it did when I bought it. For me though, it's been a great buy. Having a smartwatch that offers fitness tracking, built-in GPS, class-leading battery life of at least 10 days has been a real game changer for me. At the price it is and the features it offers, I would easily recommend buying this. I will place some purchase links in the description down below for you. Thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and share it. Consider subscribing if you're not. And as always, see you in the next one.